Hello everyone, this is Rethik, your biology subject matter expert from memoneet. And yes, here we are where we will be solving the FLT 4, especially with regard to the botany part, right? So yeah, without delaying, we will just move to the question because you have an experience of previous three test series. So I hope when compared to all your previous tests that you have given, this test is somewhat improvised with your performance, with your understanding of question, topic, script, everything. So, believing it, we will just move directly to the question. And yes, I'll be discussing the answer to that question. So, the first question is assertion and reasoning type, where the biotic pollinating agents are not only insects, and the reason they have given us and many plants beside insects, many animals like birds, then reptiles and mammals are also pollinating agent. That is what they are saying. So we just need to understand now, so whether it is correct or not. So both the uh, you know assertion and the reason for that assertion is correct, because when I'm talking about biotic and abiotic mode of pollination, where abiotic mode of pollination comes like wind, correct, and we have certain like plants, and we do have sorry, wind, it could be water, right? So they all comes in that field. So when I'm talking about the biotic pollination, it is purely about animals, correct, birds, insects, or some other way, even human beings, we do come. So they all come under the biotic pollination. So insects are the not only one which do pollinate, which helps in the process of pollination. There are certain animals, right? Then we also see across birds, which also takes a major role in the pollination. So option 4 is correct. So I'll move to the next question, that is 92, where the statement 1 says that the ethical argument for conserving biodiversity relates to what we owe to millions of plants, animals, and microbe species with whom we share this planet. And the statement 2 says that philosophically or spiritually, we need to realize that every species has an intrinsic value, even if it may not be of the current or any economic values to us. That means we should value every species, even though at present, whether there might be some economical value of that species or it may not be, or in future also it may not be, but still we have to value their opinion. So both the statement is actually correct, that's what I feel. So what would be the correct answer? So the ethical argument for conserving the biodiversity relates to who we owe to millions of plants, animals and microbe species with whom we share this planet. Correct. And statement 2 says that philosophically or spiritually, we need to realize that every species has an intrinsic value, even if they may not be of the current or economic value to us. Choose the most appropriate answers for the given option. So both statement 1 and statement 2 are incorrect. So that is what they're saying. Statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. Statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. And here both the statement 1 and statement 2 are correct. So the answer is fourth. 93. I know, I think I'm a little bit lagging because I want you to understand the basics. So since it is the FLT4, if you are trying to understand the basic of the answer, so in coming test series, maybe I'll go a little bit faster, because I believe in coming test you'll already be understood all the concept very clearly. That's why I'm just going very slowly, even if I'm discussing the question and answers, because I want you to understand the concept in the background of this question. So, what is the concept behind it? Because based on this concept, many questions might arrive. not only in our memo neet test series, but also in the main entrance, that is when you give your neet exams. So the 93rd, where recombination is completed in which phase of the meiosis? So recombination is actually completed in the packeting stage of the meiosis. It is very simple. So when I'm talking about the packeting stage, you should remember the diagram here. So we will have a chromosomes, right? So correct. So here we have what? Centrosome with centrioles you'll have. So in middle, what exactly you'll be having? The synoptial complex you will have, right? And here actually you will see the tetrad. So that means what? So recombination is completed in which phase of the meiosis? Recombination, do you know what you mean by recombination? Where two homologous chromosome, parental chromosome, they combine together, correct? So some of their phases will combine together. If we have two homologous, so just ignore the diagram. We have here two homologous chromosome. So what is the recombination? See here, one of its arm, you're seeing there is a recombination happening. And once they join, get separated. So some of its character will be transferred here, and these character will be transferred here. So that is called as recombination, right? So that happens in the packeting stage. Next, 94th question is select the correct match, and I want you to select this current match because you should know what is parasitism, you should know what is mutualism, you should also know what are the predation and commercialism, the example. So always remember, try to recall, remember the definition of each of these whenever you are reading. So once you know the definition of this and example of this, then I think it becomes very easy for you guys to analyze them. So what would be the correct answer actually? Yes, third one, that is mycorrhiza. Obviously it is showing mutualism. Then we have the Bacchanal grows on the back of the whale. So you have seen, if you have observed my classes, right? So if it is a giant whale, you have seen some growth here. So that is bacchanal. So barnacle. So which are actually grown on the back of the whale, right? So and that actually shows what? Commensalism, where this whale is nowhere it is going to get any benefit here. Okay. Then we have snails and live lung. So what it means here? So that is parasitism, because liver like is actually draining out or extraining that nutrients from the snail. And the last, herbiose and carnios, where carnios is dependent on the herbiose for this food. So it is predation. Right. So 95th question, which of the following statement is incorrect? Yeah, which among the following is incorrect? I want you to answer. Yeah. So remember here the option grana lamellae have both PS1 and PS2, or the cyclin photophosphorylation involves both PS1 and PS2. So it's very simple, because I guess even in the last test also the same question was arrived. Correct. So to go on the next option, because option 3 and option 4 is correct. Here see PS2 is not involved. Okay, this PS2 is actually not involved here. So yeah, it is very simple, because it does not involve the, what is PS here, which is nothing but photosystem. Photosystem 2 is not involved, okay, in the cyclic phosphorylation. So 25th, second. Then 29th, I have to go. We have to arrange them. in a correct sequence. If you know the angiosperms, how the event of the formation of the female gametophyte in the ovule, then you will be able to arrange them properly. So you just look on this option because I know the answer. So I'll just try to explain you. Meanwhile, you have to go through the options also. See, first thing happens is the meiotic division, right? So, yeah. So first thing that is going to happen is the meiotic division, where it is going to happen in the megaspore mother cell, correct? So after that, you will see the degeneration, correct? I don't know why this pen is not working today, but my brain is working a lot. Next, we have free nuclear division will happen, right? So after free nuclear division, if you remember the chart or a diagrammatical representation, so this is how it is going to happen, where you will see this megaspore mother cell. So from here, growth of this nucleus you will see. So where there is a nucleus here, and again it will undergo this, what do you say that undergo mitosis, and from there you will see this division. Then from there you will see again the mitosis, so where again you will see the four nucleus. Then you will see the two polar nuclei will come in the middle, correct? And you will see here three antipodal cells here, remember? So finally you will actually see what, the structural one. So what would be the correct option? Fourth one. That means, see, this will be the first where the mitotic division in the megaspore mother cells will take place. After that, the degeneration of the three megaspore will takes place, right? This is first and this is second. Then you will see the three successive free nuclear division of functional megaspore. After that, you will see what? You will see the migration of three nuclei towards each pole will be the fourth, and this will be the last, that is formation of the wall, resulting in the seven-celled embryo. So here we have how much? Six, and this will become one. So totally seven-celled embryo sac. So next, moving to the 97th question, that is select the correct match here. So you will see whenever it is about a selection of the correct match, you're going to answer me. So here again the same thing. See the tobacco budworm. If we are talking about, we need to concentrate that the tobacco budworm is not a diphtheria, right? So it is moth belonging to the family Noctuidae. And correct. So then we have the diphtheria, which includes various species like housefly. Then we have mosquito. Then especially they are the one which is going to affect the crops like the tobacco, cotton, causing significant agriculture damage. So uh, these all things are proper match. The select the correct match, right? So third one is actually a correct match. That is beetles, which belongs to the Coleopteras. Mosquito, it belongs to Dipteras. No. Then army worm, no, because army worms again they belongs to what? Yes. Then the tobacco budworms, again they belongs to what? Tobacco budworm. It is not a parents. So select the correct match here. It is the third one, that is beetle, which doesn't belongs to which actually belongs to what? Coleopterans. Right. Next. Okay. 90. Eighth question, that is select the correct statement for 2 comma 4 dichlorophenoxyacetic. So what would be the correct option here? So that is Third one, I guess, because only A, B, and D. It is a type of PGR. It is a type of axil, and it is largely a plant growth promoter. Yeah. Third is a 99 question is what is the full form of FAD? It is very simple and a direct question. FAD is nothing but flavin adenine dinucleotide. So what is it? It is actually a coenzyme which is associated with various proteins, right? Various proteins which actually involves in redox reaction. So it involves in redox reaction. So now why this redox reaction is very important? It is necessary for the cellular metabolism. Okay. So cellular metabolism as it plays a very crucial role in the electron transport chain and in the metabolism of the carbohydrates, or it could be fats, or it could be proteins also. So now going to the 100 question number 100. So it is again assertion like and the reasoning type. So assertion is the cattle agreed and the grazing cattle association are a classical example of amensalism. Is it? No. Because see, the great always forget closer. That means they live closer to where the cattles are grazing. Why? Because the cattle, as they move, strive up and flux up insects from the vegetation where they are living. Or otherwise, it might be difficult for the eagles to find and catch the insects. Right. So here the eaglet always forget closer to where the kettles are grazing because so reason is correct, but saying it as an amensalism is completely wrong. Okay. So what would be the option now? Option A, obviously the assertion is incorrect, but the reason what they are saying is right. So option 3. That's why I'm saying you, whenever you are going to these questions, please refer organisms and population. These all terminologies, definition with example. So if you know the definition of what is amensalism is, what is commensalism is, what is parasitism, and many other, and the definition, examples for them, it becomes very easy for you. Next, 101, that is, you need to see the detailed structure of the cell membrane was studied only after the advent of electron microscope in the year. It is direct question, 1950. Very silly answer. So this is diagram based. You have to label them. So yeah, I can easily label. Again, it is a direct question, right? So yeah, the diagram, what does it represent? It represents the stomata with dumbbell shaped guard cell. Here it is, we have a dumbbell shaped guard cell. So this is not a kidney shaped guard cell. That is very clear. And diagram represents trichroma or represents the, okay, it is very clear. It doesn't represent. So it is first option. So 103. So what is the 103? Select the tracheophytes here. So what are tracheophytes? Tracheophytes are nothing but they are the tracheids bearing plants, right? So obviously, uh, radiophytes they bear, then gymnosperms also bear, then angiosperms also bear. So option 2. So 104. So what is 104? Which of the following is not a type of placentation? Yeah, placentation. When I'm talking about placentation, see, always remember out of these three, marginal, then parietal, then free central, these are the placentation. Where this right? So this is actually not placentation, rather it is aestivation. Okay. So you know this thing, right? So marginal placentation. When I'm talking about marginal placentation, I've given you an example of bee plant. So how it will be. Correct. Then when I'm talking about, there is another thing called as axial placentation, right? So just remember the structure of them. Fine. Just try to remember the structure of them. You will able to understand it very better. Then we have what? Basal placentation is different, and free central placentation and periperal placentation, right? So when I'm talking about the marginal placentation here, so remember that the marginal placentation occurs when the ovules are attached along one margin of a simple ovary, as in this pea plant. When one margin they will be attached, then we have another thing is parietal placentation, which involves the ovules being born on the what? Born on the inner wall of the ovary. For example, like this, they are born inner wall of the ovary like this. Okay, but others are born in the middle, something like that. Okay, so what would be the which of the following is not a type of placentation? It is obviously the answer will be the third one. Fine. So we'll move to the next question, that is 105, that is given below are the two statement. According to the statement one, cell theory, cells arises from the pre-existing cell. The process by which it occurs is actually called as cell division. And the statement two, the newly formed daughter cells are themselves grown and divided. Obviously, both the statement are correct. So you should know the statement of cell theory. Next, 106, that is given below two statement. So where assertion is what? Mitosis is also called equational division. And the reason for this is mitosis, the number of chromosome in the parent and the progeny cells are same. And it is very direct question. So both answer A and R are correct. And R is actually a correct explanation of A. So wherever it's a direct question, I'll just try to come up with the answer rather than explaining it in detail. Whichever I feel it's very simple and I have explained previously in the previous test series in depth. Okay. So all tissues on the inner side of the endodermis, such as pericycle, constituents the so we need to fill. It is again a direct question. So such as pericycle. So the constituents what? So it constituents steel. Then, so this belongs to, I think, yeah, it actually belongs to the anatomy of flowering plants. Okay. So you can refer, according to the new NCRT textbook, you can refer the page number 78, and it is the direct statement based question. So 108 given below are two statements, statement 1 and statement 2. So statement 1 says that the further investigation by other scientists led to the conclusions that the X body of the henking was in fact a chromosome, and that is why it was given the name X chromosome. Statement 2 says that today, genetic maps are extensively used as the starting point in the sequence of home genome, as was done in the case of Human Genome Sequence Project. Described later. We need to choose the correct answers from the given option below. Right? So, what would be the correct now? Statement one or two, or like first, second, third, fourth. So, both the statements are actually correct. Next, 109. Given below are the two statements. Statement 1 says that the breaking of the CC bonds of the complex compound through oxidation within the cell leading to release of the considerable amount of energy is called respiration. And the statement 2 says that the compounds that are oxidized during the respiratory process are known as respiratory substances. So I have to choose the correct option now. So both the statements are actually correct, right? So Yeah. Next, 110. So this is correct match. Nitrosomus, Nitrosomonas, then Anabene, then Chlamydomonas, then alternera. So here we have to choose the correct match for them. So what would be the correct match? Here, this nitrosomonas, yes, it is chemosynthetic autotroph. See, here it is direct answer is already given. Anabena, it is photosynthetic prokaryotes, right? So it is from the diversity of living world, biological classification, if you remember. So option one is correct. Next, match the following again, like that is, so you need to match and give the following correct names of the genus and order. So yeah, A, Panthera, it belongs to the its genus is fine and order Carnivora, correct. Then we have what is it? Panthera, which includes which what there are bigger cats, right? Like lion, tiger. So order Carnivora is correct. Then this is Solanum. It's genus Solanum. It's actually plant belong to the order that is the Solanus. So it is wrong. Then we have Homo. The order is again a part of Homo, which includes modern human beings, Homo sapiens, which are our closer ancestors. So again, it is wrong. So last other one we have is wheat. So wheat is again which belongs to the polis. So option which will be the correct now. The second that is second one that is A and D. This one and this one is correct. That is what we are supposed to see here. Right. So next one is 112. Same, we have to correct a match. So here also, if you see this, that is Ogamus, that is Rhydophyte say, and T1. This is unisexual multicellular gametophyte, right? So these two are correct because this is no, because laminaria, which is a brown algae where the chlorophyll A and C is found. Okay, so this is wrong. Then the second one that is ultroxin, which is a green algae where the chlorophyll A and B are found. So these two is the wrong match, and the C and D is the correct match. I'll move to the 113. So what is the 113 here? Incorrect match we have to find. So can you find an incorrect match here? Yes. So this is again an incorrect match. Correct. Because always remember here is adenatum, which is normally known as what? Ferns, that is maidenhair ferns, are the part of a plant kingdom and are classified as what? Vascular plants. It's a pteridophyte, but not the bryophytes. And vascular plants like ferns, the dominant stage is indeed the sporophyte. Whereas in the bryophytes, what happens, students such as mosses, the dominant stage will be the gametophyte, right? So what would be the correct option here if I check the second? That is, these are incorrect match. That is, A is incorrect match, then C is incorrect match, and D is incorrect match. So why B is correct match? I have already said. Next, again, it's a match the following. Mitochondria, it is double membrane. Then endoplasmic reticulum, it is single membrane. Then ribosome, it has no membrane. Then fimbriae, help and attachment. So what is the correct option here? Second one. So we'll move to the 115 now. Okay. So what does 115 says here? Which of the following statement are correct with reference to the mycoplasm? Mycoplasm are a group of microorganisms that are characterized by their lack of the cell wall. That is, these bacteria are among the smallest and the simplest form of life. And sometimes they can be pathogenic, causes diseases in plants, animals, such as respiratory infections and even some other infects. So which of these are correct? It is prokaryotes. Then cell wall is absent. Uh, is correct. So it could be option three. It is that prokaryotes. Next question is, which organisms are not given any place in the ecological pyramid, even though they play a very important role in the ecosystem? It is the saprophytes. So, which enzyme catalyzes the hydrolysis of the lactose into galactose as well as glucose? It is obviously what? Beta galactosidase, right? So, that is the one enzyme which hydrolyzes the lactose into galactose and then glucose. A direct question. Next. So, select the nitrogenous base. So, we need to select what? A nitrogenous base here. So, option will be A, C, and E because adenine, then the cytosine, and we have the guanine. So these three are what? Adenine, cytosine, and guanine are the nitrogenous way, where alanine as well as cysteine, so they are amino acids, right? So they are what? Amino acids. Okay. So next question is assertion as well as reasoning. In papaya plant, both autogamy and gytenogamy is prevented. And the reason they're saying is in the papaya flowers and plants, both are unisexual. So what would be the answer? In papaya plants, flowers and plants are the unisexual in papaya plants because they are both autogamy as well as gytenogamy. So that is fine. Both are correct. Next, moving on to the next, that is the what do you say that 120, that is ccc codon codes with amino acids. Do you know that what would be the answer? Proline is the answer that codes for the proline amino acid. So it is again a direct question. Next is we need to match the following. So select the incorrect match. So for that you need to know the what do you say, the principle of inheritance and variation, that is genetics and evolution. So if you know the board of the thing, you'll understand. So incorrect match, what would be the incorrect match here? So the small b and small b, that the starch gains are bigger of sign. See, bb, what it represents? Recessive character, right? So starch grains are fine. They're bigger size. Since it is recessive character, it cannot be bigger size. Rather, it has to be in the smaller size. So bb, round seed, okay. Small b and capital B, that is again round C is okay. And again small p and the capital B states that it is an intermediate size with starch grain is fine. Since nothing is big here, every both represents small alphabets, so it is recessive in nature. Next, that is 122. We will go there. So it is select the incorrect match regarding the sex determination. So Drosophila X and Y sex determination you will see, right? So WW type is wrong sex determination. Very simple. Next, moving to the 123 here. So what would be the 123? That is select the living cells here. So we need to select the yeah living cells. Correct. That is parenchyma, then the phloem fiber, the collenchyma, then what it is, uh, subsidiary cells, the uh, companion cells. So, which are the living cells or living tissue here? That is collenchyma is a living cell or living tissue. Then we have subsidiary cells is correct. Then companion cells is also correct. So, option two. So, 124. So, what is 124 here? 124 is like what is dystrophin, right? So what is dystrophin actually? So that the protein coded by the large non-human genes, right? So that is dystrophin as gene. That is, what is that? DMD. Do you remember a DMD which spans approximately 2.4 million base pair? So here what happens is that gene plays a crucial role in the muscle functions, and mutation and it can leads to what? Duchenne muscular dystrophy and other related disorders also. Correct. So just to remember it, okay? So next, the characteristics of the cell in the elongation phase of the growth are. So what do you mean by that? So increased vascularization, cell enlargement, new cell was the deposition is correct. So I'll move to the next question, that is 126. What happens in the bundle sheet cells of C4 plants? What happens here? Everything, that is activity of the Robisco, then decarboxylation, then the Kelvin cycle, right? Then the next question is 127. That is, we need to identify x, comma, y respectively. So what is the correct answer here? Yes, it will be obviously correct. So 92 and 127, right? 92 and 92. See, for example, uh, if we have the chromosomes here, correct? So human cell, just consider, and we have a number of chromosomes is 46. So once S phase is the synthesis phase, and once it gets to G2 phase, so where X and Y are the chromosomes, right? So in the human cell, so X and Y representatively. So what happens? They will become twice here. Correct. So obviously, as a result, it will be 92 and 92. Next is 128, I guess. So 128 is how many radical spokes are present in the cilia. So yeah, how many radicals are present here? Uh, 128, right? So 9. Obviously, it is direct question. Select the correct options for China rose. So, China rose, that is twisted estivation is correct. Then acetomorphin flower is correct. And Cyanocarpus is also correct. And we will see the monodiforest stamen is also correct. The periogynous is and this then axial placentation is not absorbed. So option, what is the option here? Yeah, even axial placentation is also absorbed. So option will be the third one. Next, moving on to the 130 question. Select the correct match. We have to select the correct match here. So what is the correct? Gynoecium ovary, then angiosperm. That is correct. Then this is also correct. These two are wrong, I think. Yeah. Next, 131 we have. So 131 is select the correct match again. It's a direct this thing. So we have to select the correct match. So China rose, hibiscus as well as Malvaceae. So yes, they are correct. Then mustard, bariskin. So even this is also correct. So order, remembering their order, everything is really very important here. Then we also know the wheat, Ozaria sativa, Poincia. So this is wrong actually. So then we have D, so which is sunflower plant, Elenitis anasis, Elenitis anus, as well as the composite. Yeah. So what would be the option? A, B, and D is the correct option. So we have 132. How many given statements regarding original and evolution of the man are correct? So all the four will be correct because Ramapithecus was more man-like and Dryopithecus was more ape-like. The first human beings like creature is Ramapithecus. Then the Homo erectus have brain capacity which is 600 to 850 cc, and Homo habilis has brain capacity which is 900 cc. 32 was 3. That is only one. Which of the following does not occur in light reaction during photosynthesis? Yes, so which is it? Absence of light or what? Fixation of carbon dioxide, splitting of water, releasing of oxygen, synthesis of ATP and NADPH. So the option will be one, that is A, C, D, and E, that is absorption of light. Then we have splitting of water, then release of oxygen and synthesis of ATP and NADPH, right? So 134 we have is, what is 134? What is SNPs? So SNPs are nothing but single nucleotide polymorphism, right? So that is the second one. So it is a biology can refer a small fragments of RNA as well as DNA that are used in application, including what gene engineering sequence as well as in the research. So the last question is which one of the following is not applicable? to the RNA. So that is the question here. So yeah, 135 is 2. Chargaff's rule, because these rules DNA helix contain equal ratio of A, T, C, G, right? This is because in the molecule, uh, what happens is the complementary base pair that we are talking occurs between A and T, then C and G base pair in the single strand. And Chargaff's law does not apply for the RNA. Remember, it doesn't apply for. So it does not apply for RNA synthesis or RNA synthesis in the, but it does not exist in the nuclear, and RNA replication does not take place at all. Correct. So that's why which of the following is not applicable to RNA? That is Chargaff's rule doesn't applicable. Yes, this is it about what do you say that? About the botany session. So I just hope, like, if you have any doubts regarding this, you can just message in the comment section, or you can contact to the Telegram channel. And we are here to support you, help you, and guide you with the this journey. So yeah, all the best and do well.